How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I am going to be painting this pig guy up, continuing where I left off last week. I got my Gundam ref pulled up. I can start rolling on this now. Let's do it. As always, if anybody has any questions or comments or whatever else, feel free to leave it in chat and I will check it out. I'm gonna be pretty quick on this stream. It's going to be a tight hour. I have a deadline for this Sunday that I have to meet. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to meet it, but I'm going to try. It's more like a self-imposed deadline than anything else. So it will be the end of the world if I don't make it, but I'm trying. I downloaded I put an extension on my Chrome browser to block all time suck websites like Twitter and all that. And I basically just set a password that I don't even know what the password is. I just put it in and then just blocked everything. And there you go. Now I have no choice. You may be saying, but David, you could have easily just had Kim, your wife, set the password so that you'd at least know it if you ever wanted to revert. No. I want to be in full productivity mode. Honestly, for this whole year. That's what I would like to do. Uninstall extension. I won't. I won't do it. I'm just going to stay like that. I just need like the reason that stuff helps is because like you have that almost like unconscious thing that you do. You don't even know that you press the button, but if there was something in the way, of that, then it gets you to think like, all right, don't do that. Like that one extra step is a reminder of like, whoa, you tried to do that stupid thing and now you have to think about it. And then you got to make a conscious decision of like, I do want to waste all my time. I will uninstall the extension. And that's really all I need. I just need that block of the like knee-jerk reaction to go to like a time suck website when you're bored. You know what I mean? What was the conclusion of that hypothetical you were having with Dan yesterday about the masculinity ministry? The masculinistry? Just that if that Hollywood board's real with Mel Gibson, then we're gonna see it end to some to all sorts of stuff. No, but it'd be funny if we did. It's one of my favorite developments. So insane. You were wondering how Shane Gillis got his hands on the scans for Miss Lasagna? Thought you were the solo owner? Playing a dangerous game. Well, I think it turns out that he also is a big, fan of Akira Yoshida, and him and Matt were like, let's, put this on the Patreon. So I just, I wish them luck. I know that when I put it out, I had tons of death threats. Good luck to Matt and Shane. How many hours into this painting? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It's been a while. I've been working on it on and off for... I mean, I think when I was going kind of full pace on it, I had locked in like 30 hours, something like that. I was working like consistently for a few days on it, like few 8-hour days, and then I just kind of stopped. Do you know why YouTube's functionality for searching for art streamers is so bad? I don't know. I've never looked. Shane has said multiple times, I am a Japanophile. Exactly. He loves that stuff. Yeah, Laura, I know. What are they thinking? Puddinhead, Love Veil. It was a surprising drop. Would the physical print still be in the works? If we can make it work, well, thank you first of all. But if we can make it work with the tariffs, that would be cool. I just don't know exactly how devastating those tariffs are going to be for printing overseas. It's not like there isn't a workaround for that. It's just that I don't have that workaround set up right now. Right now, our pipeline is like entirely dependent on our relationship we already have with the printers. So we have our kind of set way of doing it. And in order to get it kind of going again, if the tariffs end up being horrible, we'd have to figure out a new way to get it printed somewhere else. It's not impossible or anything. It's just, it would just put a bit of a speed bump in things. Thank you all. Yeah, I mean, I won't do more of that comic. That was just, I mean, honestly, that was just a really like short story thing I wrote years ago, and I just needed to have it finished. I just did like a one-off kind of fable about, I mean, the story is really just about my my own relationship with my mom devouring my family. So it's just like a really short like fable thing about that. But yeah, the actual Starvale story is like a much bigger thing, and that's going to be coming. I'm writing it now actively, like going over it. I had a huge script that I had written initially, but that was before I had a bunch of experience writing. And not that I'm like, you know, incredible or anything like that, but I know way more, and I'm way more comfortable making things. So I've basically reworked the whole script. And hopefully it comes together in a way that I'm happy with. I like it so far, and that'll be the next like comic in that vein. But the Starvale series, it exists in the same universe as that short story. It's that type of sci-fi style thing. So it's not like completely irrelevant. But I don't think those characters will come back in my like mainline kind of core book. They might be something else, but that was just sort of an intro to the universe. and to get me, you know, into the mindset of working on that stuff. How I would approach doing panel layouts and things. Because I'm like a bit obsessive, which you can probably tell by looking at that comic. So I needed to really like figure out what, you know, if I'm going to spend hundreds and hundreds of hours on the main Starvale comic, how's it going to look? What's it going to be like? How am I going to do the panels? All that needed to be figured out. So that's kind of what that was. You know, I'm no Akira Yoshida, so don't expect much. Approximately how many hours will it take to finish this painting? Oh, I have no idea. I honestly don't care about that stuff. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just working on this for right now. I don't know. It takes as long as it takes. The good thing is I don't really care how this comes out, so it will move. It will move along. That's not necessarily a bad thing to not care how it comes out. It means I'm gonna not overthink it. Just gonna put it out. Just gonna get it done. You're waiting for model kits of this one to come out. Imagine. Imagine if I painted this and then somebody manufactures model kits was like, this has to be a thing. You already did the box. Yeah, it'll definitely come with pig guts to put it together. all this playlist is now is just a collection of Gundam songs that the kids listen to on the way to school in the morning. And they have different names for all the songs depending on the little thumbnail of the Gundam that's on it. It took me so long to figure out what the Lion Gundam song was. I had to just look at all the pictures and see which Gundam looked the most like a lion. It's coming together. Yeah, Riley. There's a decent amount of like quality Gundam soundtracks. It's crazy how consistent they are. You can just kind of put any of them on and be like, oh, it's pretty good. I really like the Dan to Dan soundtrack. That was really good. Are they Creepy Nuts? Is that the name of the song, or is that... I forget the name of the people who made the theme. I think it's that. I might be wrong. Let me look it up. Yeah, Creepy Nuts. That Dan to Dan song is great. After hearing that a couple times, I was like, hey, this is really good. And that was a pretty good show. Yeah, Creepy Nuts is the artist. Yeah, that was very good. I enjoyed that a lot. Yeah, I like the intro for Dan to Dan, but I also like all the little themes in the show. I think they were really good. Watched that whole season. I liked it a lot. Thanks, Cole Coolman. Hey, King Curse. It's so stupid. Painting this to the soundtrack. It's so dumb. Okay. Alright. Ugh. I'm like sketching around and my little anatomy model's shaking. Going tuck, 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 tuck every time I move my pen around real fast. Okay. That's something. Thanks, Kimmy. No, I haven't seen Nosferatu yet. I want to see it, but I think we're just gonna have to wait for it to come to like a rental, if it's, whenever that happens, because it's just too hard to make it out to the theater to see something that the kids can't see too. I just don't like movies enough to like want to have that be a whole outing to go to the movies. I'd much rather, like, if we're gonna burn a night and get somebody to watch the kids, it's like I want to go to like a restaurant or something. I know, Maddie. Watch the Northman beforehand. I actually haven't watched that yet either. You're pretty picky with movies, but you've seen all 3 Sonics in theaters? Yeah. You get it. What's the name of the song? I believe that was from Stardust Memory. The Winner? I don't know. It's probably not The Winner. It's one of those songs from that soundtrack, though. Gundam. This is my son Loic's favorite song from the Gundam stuff. They're so cute. They literally just sit in the back seat and just imagine scenarios in their heads in silence on their way to school. Just picturing stories. I tried to ask Axel, I was like, what are you thinking about right now? He's like, don't ask me that. If I start to answer, I lose it. I can't see it anymore. I'm like, okay. I'll stop. That's the shit I used to do. I still do that. Just walk around the neighborhood and listen to music when it's not freezing and try and imagine scenes in the comic. Whatever thing I'm working on. Yeah, well, Axel says wild shit when he imagines stuff. He goes like, I like imagine that I'm killing God, and you're like, nice. Nice, dude. Raising a JRPG protagonist. Yeah, for sure. He says wild shit all the time. We both do. It's always something super heroic or intense they want to talk about. Tell you his video game ideas, but they're so good that I don't want to burn them in public. You can make a fortune off those things. And that's not just me being a proud dad. It's genuine. They're very good. didn't see that Bloodborne was emulated to PC. Like, just some, like a group did it, or it's like an official thing. I wish it was actually coming to PC. And if that is the case, then holy shit. If not, how's the emulation? Do you all think Marvel movies will ever be able to come back? I think they'd be fools not to, you know, with the success of Rivals, not to bring in some like anime adaptations. If they went back in time and hired the old Madhouse team that made Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust and did like a X-Men. Yeah, boy, that would be nice. I do wonder if there's any way to like salvage that stuff now. I mean, there definitely is, but man, they're in a rough spot. All those movies have been not great. The X-Men anime series was good. I liked it alright. I wasn't like crazy about some of the design stuff. The best I think I've ever seen the X-Men look in an animated anything was those two credit sequences that were done for the Japanese release of the old Fox series. That's what I would like. Something like that. The way that that looked. Putting their chips in the Fantastic Four movie. It's funny that they're doing that like period piece thing, like the 60s, which I like. I like leaning into the corniness. I think it's a good idea. But it's funny that they're doing that with Superman too. I mean, that's my favorite approach. That was always my favorite kind of look whenever the comics did it. I didn't like when the comics tried to make like all the characters super cool all the time. I like when you leave the characters really corny. or try to keep them corny but make them cool, like make them feel like, you know, like if you're going for that like tough badass thing, it's like do it with the corniness, because the contrast is gonna make it even tougher. I don't like when they overdo it. It feels I mean, at least to me, I know it doesn't really like mean this, but it feels like they're embarrassed of it when they change it to be like really cool. Everybody's supposed to be awesome and overly designed. Yeah, that's true. Jacobo. Yeah, those animated bits for the game are really cool. I really like that. For Rivals, all of those are really well done. I was pretty impressed by all that. Art direction was really cool. The way they move is pretty nuts. They have such like a crazy kinetic energy to those short little trailers. Deadline's sake, I'm getting off of here in exactly 10 minutes. I actually feel like I made decent progress on this tonight. I feel like I almost got all these foreground elements painted in a semi-decent way. Happy with that. So I had an experiment last time where I rendered things up on this pig. Like I rendered them up in Clip Studio first, and then came back to Krita and added in like the details. I actually think that was a mistake now doing what I'm doing, because I feel like I'm getting way more done much faster just painting things up crudely in Krita. Maybe I can refine somewhere else, but I think that was a mistake. But it was worth a try. I thought maybe it would be faster. It was not. Lesson learned. I'm just saying that out loud to myself, really. Thanks. I don't think I saw the Hexagon trailer. I'll have to watch that. I hate getting older with my energy levels. I feel like I'm in a car that's slowly running out of gas, and I'm so close to just being like done with all the stuff I need to get done. I'm like, please don't run out of gas. Please. Like I got stuff I gotta do right after this, but I'm also trying really hard to make like a significant amount of progress on this where it feels like I made a decent impact tonight. What's a good resource to learn how to letter the way you did in the Veil comic? It looked great. Also, love the soundtrack. Thanks. Well, it's actually just, I mean, I don't know what you think about this, but basically what I did was I found a font that was free. I liked the font. I felt like it fit the comic pretty well. And then I did all the word bubbles. And unfortunately, I don't know if this is crazy to you or smart, I just went over every single one of the letters and I hand wrote them all and just traced the font so that it had a texture to it, you know, like a handwritten kind of messy look. So that's all my, yeah, that's all me just kind of going over it. Figured that was the fastest way to make it look handwritten, even though it wasn't very fast. Is that what you did for Steve as well? No, that would have been crazy. Those books are too big. But that font in Steve is a version of my handwriting. That's why it looks a little wonky. I didn't try to do like incredible handwriting. I tried to do just like whatever handwriting. So your next project is going to be in grains of sand then? I know, it feels like it, right? All right. There it is. The Veil work you posted, will it be the first of many having a story unfold, or was it just a one-off? That one was just a one-off fable thing that I made. The actual story is going to be through the Star Veil series, which is different, but living in the same universe. Okay, everybody. Love to you all. Thanks for hanging out. I have to end this at this sharp hour mark because I got that deadline I was talking about. I appreciate you all hanging out. Thanks for all the love. If you want to check it out, you can look at my Twitter for the Veil comic, or you can go to davereposa.com and check it out there. Read it if you like. It's also on Tapas. So if you search like Tapas and then Acceptable Comics, you should find it there. Other than that, yeah, that Akira Yoshida Miss Lasagna comic the scans that I had found. They're now on Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast Patreon. They put those out once a week at this point, but I think they're going to switch that up from what I understand. Yeah, everybody who was asking about those, I don't have those scans. They were too dangerous to have, so somebody else has them. All right. See you all later. Thank you very much.